Welcome to the Heart of Giving. I'm Heather Clemens, the marketing consultant for the United Way of the Mark Twain area. This podcast will highlight one of our partner agencies that is making a real difference in the community we all share. We invite you to listen and think about how you can give back, whether it's by volunteering your time or making a donation to support the work happening here at home. As we look ahead to Giving Tuesday, we encourage you to join us for a special event, Charcuterie for Charity, happening Friday, December 2nd from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the Rialto Banquet Hall in downtown Hannibal. Now from the Burt Studio at Hannibal LaGrange University, here is today's conversation featuring one of our partner agencies.
Today we're here with Ms. Campbell. How are you doing today?
Great. Thank you so much for having me.
Yes, we're so excited to have you here. To start, tell us a little about yourself and the organization.
Sure. So my name is Andrea Campbell, and I am part of HAYS, which, as you said, is Hannibal Alliance for Youth Success. We are a 501c3 nonprofit under the Hannibal School District umbrella, where we kind of work together both as school district employees and community partners, so organizations and different businesses that partner together to meet the needs of students that go beyond the classroom. So we have multiple services that we provide. I am an employee of the school district, so I am the communications director. So I handle all internal and external communications, which pairs well with working with HAYS and all of our partner organizations because I'm out in the community a lot, looking for opportunities on how we can meet the needs of our students.
Very cool, very cool. And what kind of services do you provide?
Sure. So HAYS, as I said, we work to meet the needs of students that kind of extend beyond the classroom. So we have different committees. One that the community is probably most familiar with and is very visible, very well established, is our Buddy Pack program, where we work to provide kid-friendly, nutritious meals for kids to take home on the weekends. So we pack and send home 500 buddy packs every other weekend for students. So to give you an idea, we have 3,500 students in the Hannibal School District, and 500 kids have identified as needing food or a little bit of assistance on the weekend. So that is one big thing that we do. And we have a lot of community partners with that. We also have a mentoring program where students who might just need a little bit of extra support, not necessarily academically, but social, emotionally. So we have different individuals who come into our schools and just meet with students for about an hour, half an hour, once a week with a student. Just to kind of be a positive adult figure in their lives. That's another committee we have. We also have families and communities where we do a big back to school fair every year to get school supplies in the hands of students. We also have a student needs committee where we look to identify what's another way that we can support students. And most recently, we had a speaker come in and talk about child trafficking online. So that's a big topic too, right? So we just kind of partner with parents, community members, even school counselors to recognize what is something that we can do to support our students. So kind of we do it all. It's kind of ever evolving.
Yeah, that's like a real holistic way to approach, helping students. What inspired you guys to do this?
Sure. So I think ultimately what it comes down to is as a school district, we play an important role in shaping the future of students' lives, right? And when you look at funding, that funding is in the classroom for our teachers to support our students academically. But as you guys know, there's so much more than just being in a classroom and showing up to learn. Students' basic needs as far as food, providing food for themselves, they're not going to learn if they're on an empty stomach, right? So the work that HAYS does is to provide those supports so that when the kids are in the classroom, they're focused on learning instead of, being hungry, or where they can find a trusted adult to tell something to, right? So I think that it's just important, the work that HAYS does, and we rely heavily on our community partners to be able to do it, and we're thankful for it.
That's awesome. Would you be able to would you be able to share one of your favorite client stories just to kind of highlight the importance of what you do in the community?
Sure. So we don't necessarily. Okay, let me think. I was going to talk about big scale, right? Like I love our back to school fair because it's a way, and it's not just one kid, right? This past year was our third year for our back to school fair, and the first year we had 250 kids there, and then the first year we had 250 kids there. The second year, it was about 400. And then this year we ran out of school supplies in the first 30 minutes. So we're still like looking at those numbers, but we know that every year it grows exponentially. So we know that we're really making an impact. And it's great because our community partners are there seeing the impact that they're making. So that's great. I definitely consider that a huge success, and thankful for that. But then also we have mentors, kind of shifting to another committee, our mentoring program. We have mentors who have started with their students in kindergarten and first grade, and those students are now in high school. So those are just great success stories of forming relationships for those students. They've been through those phases of life where they're talking about their favorite movie that came out in third grade, to middle school and high school. They're going to talk about boys and girls and troubles, challenges at home, etc. So really looking at those relationships that form over time and how impactful they are is inspiring.
Yeah, having a positive adult figure in your life is huge.
It truly makes all the difference.
This already gets me inspired to kind of come out there and help. What are some ways that, our listeners could come out and support in one fashion or another?
Sure. So there are, as I kind of went through all of the committees that we have, there's always an opportunity to get involved. So if you want to help kids in the school district, they just kind of reach out to Hayes, be a mentor. If you have the time to commit, we would appreciate that. If you have the financial ability to support us, that is always very helpful and can make a difference as well, especially when it comes to providing that food through those buddy packs. We also, one thing that I didn't mention earlier was we have a Helping Hands Fund, which goes to students throughout the school year of needs that are identified by our counselors or teachers. Like maybe a student needs a new pair of tennis shoes, or their eyeglasses break, or sometimes there's unfortunately, there's kids that get sick and they have to go to St. Louis to find a specialist. We pay for gas cards. So really, if someone wants to be involved, it's how do you want to be involved? Because we will gladly connect with you and see what you have and where you can help. We will find a way to get you involved.
Awesome. Now, we talked a little bit about the ways that they can help. Are there any specific needs that your organization has?
Sure. So one thing that we always talk about is peanut butter. So one thing with the buddy packs, I didn't dive into what those look like, but peanut butter is the most expensive part of the buddy packs that go home with kids. So if your business, organization, church, etc., wants to do a peanut butter drive and bring those to Hayes, we will get those to students.
That's awesome. What people may not know is that you guys will be taking part in the Giving Day event, and you will be one of the main organizations involved. Can you speak about that and share more information about the event?
Yeah, definitely excited about this. This is the third year for the event, and Hayes always partners with Century 21. So shout out to Century 21 Broughton team. We're very thankful for them. They're a great partner year round for us. They deliver our buddy packs to all of the elementary schools and the high school and middle school for us. So we're thankful for that ongoing partnership. But we also, I'm going to brag about this and then we'll see what happens year 3. But the first 2 years, we actually won for best tasting and best presentation of our charcuterie. So we're really excited to partner with them. We always bring in a lovely spread of snacks, and we love the opportunity to connect with new people and share about Hayes. So this year, extra excited. In the past couple years, it's been an evening event, and this year it's going to be a lunchtime event, and I'm looking forward to maybe seeing more businesses and new faces out there this year.
That sounds awesome. We'll wish you luck on that charcuterie board.
Thank you very much.
If people wanted to get more information about you or what we talked about today, what would be the best way to get in touch with you?
Sure. So the easiest way, first of all, as mentioned, that we're kind of an umbrella. We're under the umbrella of the school district. So the school district's website is www.hannibal60.com. There's some information about Hayes on that website. Hayes also has a Facebook page, Hannibal Alliance for Youth Success. And then we also have an email, Hayes@Hannibal60.com. So HAYS@Hannibal60.com. That's probably the easiest starting point if you want to connect with us. It comes directly to my email, but I can connect you to whoever needs to be connected with. So if it's Shani, who's in charge of our mentoring, or Whitney, who's in charge of our buddy packs, our president, or other organizations, we are excited to connect and just send an email.
Awesome. Is there any little nuggets you want to share with us about Hayes or anything else before we wrap up today?
I think that we kind of covered all of it, but I'll just kind of reiterate how thankful I am to be here today, and thank you for kind of spreading awareness of Hayes and our event coming up.
Absolutely. Well, Ms. Campbell, thank you so much for being here and taking the time to share about your organization. It was a pleasure having you, and we want to say just a big thank you for everything you do for our community.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you for tuning in to The Heart of Giving. We hope you've been encouraged to take part in building a stronger community. For more information about our partner agencies or to get involved, visit unitedwaymta.org. Until next time, I'm Heather Clemens. Thank you for listening and for being a part of The Heart of Giving.